I'm Christine ALFONS, and I'm the founder of Safe Engage Foundation. So what we do in Safe, actually we are focusing on ending child marriage, FGM, and all forms of gender-based violence. And specifically, we are focusing on child protection issues. So we have been able to, how we work is we work with mentors or volunteers, that is community volunteers, and we target either university students or those who have already graduated from university. They're the ones who mentor the girls and also do community outreach programs. That's why we call them volunteers or mentors, because they do it voluntarily, we are not paid. So how we do this is we work with linkages, network. Someone said your network is your net worth. So for us, we privilege on the networks we have, because we know probably Gladwell has a strength that for us is a weakness. So we maximize on your strength. So for us, we work with the community in enlightening them on the effects of FGM and child marriages, also telling them the need to protect children, because that is our major aim. So we have so far worked with Gladwell to actually educate girls. We have had girls who have secured scholarships, and up to now we have 20 girls who actually have gone through Gladwell to get scholarship. And we have some other 8 girls who we have linked with other organizations who have been able to get scholarship. Plus that, we also work with women on women economic empowerment. So we do economic empowerment sessions for women. So we have they train on skills. They learn some skills, probably like mat making. We make some ladies wear using yarns. So then they sell and get money. So the money they get, they can use it as capital. So far we have 10 women who have trained on that. And 5 of them have been able to start their own businesses, which is a plus. And another thing that we do, we engage parents. For these girls that we work with, we have their parents. And we don't only work with girls, we also work with boys, because these are the boys who they interact with in school. They have to know about menstruation so that they can end menstrual stigma. So these boys also have to know about why we are saying no to FGM. So then they can encourage their sisters, and also them can protect their sisters. We have had 3 champions, boys who have protected their sisters. They reported when their sisters were just to go through the cut, and the sisters were able to be rescued. That is a very great way of engaging boys. And the way we engage parents is actually the girls cannot make their own decisions because they're in a family setting, and their children, so they have to be guided by the parents. So we train the parents or enlighten the parents to actually understand the need to protect their children. So that's how we do, and that's how we work in Safe.
Okay, so I hope you don't mind me asking some questions.
I won't.
Since you are part of this community that takes girls through the cut, did you go through FGM, or what made you to be a champion on the side of ending the FGM?
Oh wow, that's an interesting question. And well, from Korean community way back when I was young, about 8 years, actually saying no to FGM would mean so much. It would mean if you say no to FGM as a girl, you'll be lifted and taken by force. But I am very proud of my dad, because my dad stood against FGM. And by doing so, actually he was able to protect me as his first girl or first daughter, not to go through FGM. And he did that by actually taking my brother, who is younger than me, for circumcision in the hospital and not in the traditional way, which is really a plus. And that's why I'm saying parents have a role to play in their children's to ensure their children are protected. So my father took my brother to be circumcised in the hospital, which was a taboo. Yeah, the community leveraged on boys being circumcised in the traditional grounds. There are set traditional grounds for that. But my dad insisted to take my brother to the hospital because he knew the health consequences of it. and said and told my mom that I'm not, because my mom was like, why are you taking the younger girl to be cut? I mean, the younger boy to be cut, and the firstborn is not cut. I mean, to be circumcised, and the firstborn is not yet cut. Then my dad was, none of my girls will ever be cut or will go through FGM, and all my boys will be circumcised in the hospital. So that is something that my father told my mom, and actually my mom agreed to it. But now the community later realized my brother, because whenever cutting is done there is celebration. So there are those people who realized that my brother was circumcised in the hospital. So they reported the issue to the custodians of the community, who are the community elders. So then the community elders were like, if you have done that, which is a taboo, you have to cancel the taboo by taking the girl for FGM, so that it will be counted they were cut the same time, because no one should go before their eldest siblings. So I was to be taken to be cut, so then it can cover up the taboo that my father took my brother to be circumcised in the hospital. But my dad refused, and by doing so, that costed his life. So they killed, the clan elders killed my dad, because it was either you do that or it cost your life. So there is some charms things that they do, the community then believed, and so that's how my dad got killed. So when I grew up, I used to look at how girls were being danced to and gifted during circumcision ceremonies, and then I said I have to, because I didn't know what killed my dad, and I used to really love the way girls are being gifted after circumcision or after FGM, and I used to look forward to it. And I said, even if, because my mom used to say no one should go to the celebrations, and we used to fear, because my mom said that, but I used to say, if it gets to my turn, like when I'll be turning 12 or 13, I'll go. Fortunately, my mind changed when some visitors came to my school. I used to school in St. Kizito, just here, a local school. And Action Aid used to send mentors to come and talk to girls about, actually not specifically girls, but the whole school. They would talk to boys and girls. But this time they were talking about HIV and AIDS. So they said how HIV and AIDS is being transmitted. They mentioned FGM. So they dug deeper about FGM, how FGM is done, how it is practiced, how the razors, the cutting tools are shared, you see. So for me, it rang into my mind like I don't want to be infected with HIV/AIDS. So that urge of I want to go then was cut by like, I don't want to get HIV/AIDS. Yes. So I went home that day really planning to share with my mom about what I learned in school. So when my mom came from work, I shared with her. I told her about what they said about FGM and AIDS, and then I saw my mom shed tears. So I didn't know, actually I was like, have I hurt my mom in any way? But she asked to be given some time. She just shed tears, and after some time she told us all now and said, I want to talk to you about what killed your dad and how it happened. So that's when she actually shared the story that my dad was killed trying to protect me, not to go through FGM. I felt like it's something that has come into my heart, that if my dad was killed trying to protect me, then I have a long way to go to ensure I don't go for the cut, and my sisters. And later I realized I have to stand also for those girls who don't have such people in their lives. And so that's how I got started to work on ending FGM. Then when I realized that, I went back to school the following day and just started observing how other girls are being treated. The ones that are cut and the ones that are not cut. Because it's never rang into my mind until that day. There was a perfect or a good distinction. You could distinguish these are cut and these are not cut. How? the cat girls were not playing with them cat, because they were like, nyinyi watoto wadogo, enda mcheze na wale class 1 to 3. You see, you're in class 6 or class 7 or class 8, but you are being asked to play with kids in the lower primary. It wasn't really sounding well. So I actually talked with my teacher, who was then the club teacher, the hygiene club that we used to have, and we started having talks about FGM, and that's where my activism work started. And later in 2016, I actually felt the need, because there are some youths who are like, Christine, we need to get an opportunity like you. We need to visit schools and empower and actually provide a shoulder for a girl to lean on, or a boy to lean on, or just a listening ear. So that's when it stuck into my mind that we can start a group for mentors to start going to school. We actually got registered as a community-based organization in 2018, that is now Safe Engage Foundation, and that is how we are until now. So we work mainly with those people in the community who they see themselves as champions, who they see themselves they can give a time to someone to listen to their small sisters or their small brothers, to give them a word of advice that can keep them going.
Okay. So do you mean that there is a gap between the girl who have gone through the cut and the girls who have not gone through the cut?
Yes, there was, but the gap is closing. As I said, this is when I was about 12, 13 years, but now I am 26. A girl who gets cut, among the percentage of probably among the 10 girls who will be cut today, trust you me, in the next in the next few months, you find them dropping out of school. Why? They feel like they are grown up, because that is what they are told when they're being cut. You are now a grown up. You've now grown to be a full woman. So even if they're 13 or 12, they feel like I am a woman and I can do what my mom does.
So there's this story we hear that men have women who are cut because that is a culture, but they also want women who have not gone through the cut. Is that true, or they're just stories?
I'm not sure what to say about that, but those are stories that are going on in this community. That there are examples being given even when we are interacting with parents. They are saying that if you look at some wazes, you find that they have maybe 2 wives. You find the second wife is not cut. Probably the first wife is cut. So that's something I have not yet established if it's true, but there are examples that can be given in the community.
Today I'm very much happy that I was able to meet this lady. She's the lady that you cannot just find the time that you want to get her, and I really appreciate the kind of work you do. Even if we work on the same field, I really appreciate you reaching out to everybody, mentoring our girls and rescuing them from the female genital mutilation. And may our God give you life to protect these young girls who are coming up and being young women. So today we decided, even if you are coming for the interview, we should bring you some gift. So we brought some sanitary towels for your ladies, and we will continue helping you, and we'll continue bringing more and more until we say that now Christine can go this road on her own.
Really, really important. And during this time, yesterday it was menstrual health day. And this is very important because actually these pads are going a long way to support very many girls. And you know, the other day we were visiting a village and realized, you'll allow me to tear this and show you something. We actually realized that girls are buying this one piece at 15 shillings. One piece. So you can imagine, on average, a girl can use 4. a day, on average, a day when they're mensing. And during menstruation, it can take up to 4 days. So you can imagine how many 15 bob she'll need to get that. And these are parents who actually even putting food on the table is a challenge. So these pads are going a long way to support those vulnerable girls in the community, to ensure that they're in school and to ensure that they are just living their lives. Thank you so much.
As we come to the end of this channel and this video, I wish to close and guys, subscribe, like our videos, and also share our videos so that it can go to other people and learn about beautiful souls in this country who are trying to change lives of young women and young girls. So thank you very much, and let's see you on the next video. Thank you.